value is more than just a great price. That's why this segment is brought to you by Pick n Pay.
Now, we've all heard the word probiotic, but what does it actually mean? The root of the word probiotic comes from the Greek word meaning pro, meaning promoting, and biotic means life. So they are actually alive, most of these microorganisms, which are bacteria. And we have Pick n Pay pharmacist Fransa Katz in studio to tell us a little bit more about this bacteria and the fact that it is good bacteria. Good morning, Fransa.
Morning.
Nice to see you again.
Hi.
What are probiotics?
Well, exactly what you said. First of all, I think when people hear the word bacteria, they always think of bad things because you tend to have infections and it's bacteria. Probiotics is actually the good bacteria, as you said, and they live mostly, there are bad bacteria and good bacteria, and the main important thing to know is they live in balance in your gastrointestinal tract, from the esophagus right down to the colon, and most of them are found in the colon. And as long as the balance is there, that there's the right amount of good bacteria and the right amount of not so good bacteria, they all work together to help the body digest and food and take up nutrients, etc., etc. But it's when the balance goes out that you have a problem. Now, probiotics are good bacteria that you need in your gut.
Now, when you're taking antibiotics, it's often recommended that you take probiotics with your antibiotics. Why?
Antibiotics, most of the time, the antibiotics that doctors prescribe, the ones that are available, we call them broad spectrum antibiotics, meaning that they go in and they kill off the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. They don't just target a specific one. So what happens is, if that balance is then broken down, it's not the right balance anymore, and the good bacteria gets killed, then the bad bacteria starts overgrowing there's too much of the bad bacteria in the colon, and then you end up most of the time with diarrhea. A lot of people find with taking antibiotics they end up with, like we call it, antibiotic diarrhea, and it's because of the imbalance of the bacteria. So you should actually take your probiotic at the same time when you take an antibiotic to prevent that disturbance. One thing maybe that is very important is that you're thinking, well, the antibiotic is killing off the good bacteria. So how can you take it with the antibiotic? Because it's going to work one against the other.
Yes.
The important thing is that you take your probiotic about 2 hours before a meal. Normally your antibiotic is after the meal, but there needs to be a 2-hour space between taking the two, so that the antibiotic doesn't kill the probiotic at the same time that you take it. So you need to have that space between the two, and then you won't end up with diarrhea and some of those side effects.
But now, I've read on yogurt that it says it's got live probiotic, A and B, and mentions that on the label.
It's become very popular lately. Years ago, you never saw that. You just got yogurt. Yeah, what it means is that it actually has the probiotics, the good bacteria in it. And always, the main thing is to check on the yogurt to see that it says it has live and active strains. Then it hasn't, those probiotics can be killed by heat and things like that. So just read the label. As long as it says live and active, you're actually getting in the good bacteria, yes.
But now, what if you're using sweetened yogurt, for example, or a flavored yogurt?
It doesn't matter. You just need to look. It's healthier to just take the one that doesn't have the extra sugar. It's better for you health-wise, but as long as the bacteria or the probiflora in it, probiotics in it, is live and active, it will work.
Well, Fransa, thank you so much for joining us. We're also going to be answering the question what prebiotics are.
That's right.
Andrea from Vital is joining us just after 7, after the news, traffic and weather, and she's going to answer the questions about prebiotics. If you've got any questions to ask, post them on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Fransa, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go over to Leanne and Kat now with your Express News.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.